Today, let us study about the Satipatthana, the only way. Buddha said in this introduction in this Satipatthana Sutta, Hikayano yam bhikkhve mekho satanam visuddhiya sokapri devanam samadaikamaya dukkha domanasanam athingamaya nyaya sadigamaya nibbana sasachikiriyaya yadidam chattaro satipatthana. Meaning is, this is the only way, sons and daughters, that leads to the purification of beings, to the passing beyond of sorrow and lamentation, to the cessation of suffering and miseries, to the attainment of the right path, and to the realization of Nibbana. Thus, the four ways of establishing mindfulness. Because there are in them kilesas, or mental defilements or moral impurities, like greed or lobha, and hatred or dosa, moha or delusion. Beings do such evils as killing, harming other living beings, stealing, robbing, and lying. As a result of these evils, they suffer in 4 states of apaya, that is, the lower 4 realms of woeful states. Even if, as a result of some good deed, they are born in the world of humans, they suffer much miseries as untimely death, illnesses, and poverty. These defilements cause them to be reborn again and again, and thus to undergo suffering like old age, sickness, and death. If one wishes to be free from these sufferings, one must strive to cleanse oneself of these impurities. To clean oneself from moral impurities, there is but one way, the way of Satipatthana, mindfulness inside meditation, in which one contemplates what is going on in one's mind and the body. If one desires to get rid of these moral impurities or defilements like greed or lobha, hatred or dosa, and delusion or moha, one has to follow this only way of Satipatthana, the mindfulness meditation. Pali word ekayana means the only way. There is no other way, no alternative. If you walk straight on along the only road, you will not go astray, as there is no by road. You are sure to reach your destination. In the same way as Satipatthana is the only way and there is no other, if you go on you are training yourself in Satipatthana or this mindfulness meditation, you will ultimately attain Arhatship, the noble state of being cleansed once and for all from all the mental defilements or kilesas. That is why the Buddha taught us to follow this road of Satipatthana for the eradication of all kilesas or mental defilements. All the former Sammasambuddhas, Pacceka Buddhas and Arhats, they practiced this Satipatthana way, and they were purified and they realized Nibbana, where all these sufferings cease. In the future too, all the great ones will follow this Satipatthana way and realize Nibbana. In the present world cycle also, the Buddha Gautama and his disciples cleanse themselves of defilements and they realize Nibbana by following this Satipatthana way. People grieve and bemoan for the loss of their spouses, wives, children, parents, those near and dear to them. They grieve also for the loss of their wealth. They grieve when they are suffering from some kind of illnesses. Of course, these are dreadful things. How peaceful it would be if there were no such things. Therefore, people should strive to put an end to all these miseries. But one cannot just get away from them by just praying. Only by training this way of Satipatthana or mindfulness meditation can one put an end to all sufferings. During the time of our Lord Buddha, there was a young woman named Patachara who lost on the same day her husband, her two sons, her parents and her brother, all those near and dear to them. She was so overwhelmed with grief that she was driven out of her mind. One day she came to where the Blessed One was preaching, heard the Lord's Dharma, took up the Satipatthana meditation practice, and then all her sorrows and lamentation came to an end, and she gained peace of mind forever. The practice of Satipatthana will lead one to the cessation of sorrows and limitations, not only in this existence, but in the existences to come as well. So if one wants to put an end to these sorrows and lamentations, one has to take up the way of Satipatthana, Bhavana or mindfulness inside meditation. The way of Satipatthana or mindfulness meditation consists of 4 divisions. 1. Kaya-nupassana Satipatthana, contemplation of the physical phenomena or bodily phenomena or material phenomena. 2. Vedana-nupassana Satipatthana, contemplation on feelings and sensations. 3. Citta-nupassana Satipatthana, contemplation on consciousness and mental concomitants. And 4. Dhamma-nupassana Satipatthana. Of the 4, Kaya-nupassana Satipatthana is contemplation of the physical aggregates called body or kaya. Kaya Satipatthana alone Buddha subdivided into 14 positions. One is Anapanasati, mindfulness meditation on in-breath and out-breath. 2 is Iriyapatha, the contemplation on bodily postures like sitting, walking, standing and lying down. The third is contemplation with full clear comprehension, and Pali we call Sambhajanya Bhava. And the 4th is contemplation of the 32 parts of the body. And the 5th is contemplation on 4 elements. Contemplation on the 32 parts of the body is Patikula Manasikara Bhava. And the contemplation on the 4 elements is Dhatu Manasikara Bhava. 6 to 14 is Nava Sivatika Bhava. Pali word Nava means 9, Sivatika means dead body. 9 dead body contemplation. It doesn't mean that contemplating on 9 dead bodies. What it means is contemplating on the 9 stages of purification or decomposition of a dead body to arouse loathsomeness of one's body or other body, to suppress the passionate thoughts. And regarding these 4 foundations of mindfulness, we've been many times already explained in detail. What we want to stress today's talk is the 4 sambhajanyas or clear comprehension, because it is very important for our meditators for the worldly life as well as for spiritual strife. The four sambhajanyas or clear comprehensions are 1. Sattaka sambhajanya, 2. Sappaya sambhajanya, 3. Gochara sambhajanya, and 4. Asamoha sambhajanya. When one is about to do something or say something, one has to consider whether it will be useful or beneficial or not. Do or speak only what is beneficial. Such kind of consideration is Sattaka Sambhajanya. Even if it is useful or beneficial, one must again consider whether it will be suitable or not, and do or speak only what is suitable. That is, second one, Sappaya Sambhajanya. These two sambhajanyas may be used with profit and worldly matters as well. When meditating, one may wish to do so walking or sitting, and come to the decision after considering which is beneficial and which is suitable. Of course, when one is contemplating in earnest, one need not consider these things. One just go on with one's noting. The third one, Gochara Sambhajanya, is to the meditator just noting without the lapse physical and mental phenomena that keep on arising. As one goes on meditating with Gochara Sambhajanya, one's concentration becomes stronger and one is for oneself, one sees for oneself the incessant arising and passing away of things. One very clearly understands how impermanent, how miserable, how lacking as self, all psychophysical phenomena are. This understanding is Asamoha Sambhajanya. Asamoha without delusion. Sambhajanya understanding or comprehension. Buddha said, Apekante patekante sambhajanyakari hoti, meaning in advancing or walking to and fro, one must mindfully note one's movements of the foot, like we have given instruction in detail. But here it means, Gochara Sambhajanya means even in your daily activities or in worldly life, if you can keep mindfulness on your daily activities, that is what is meant by Gochara Sambhajanya. Thus, noting what should be noted in Gochara Sambhajanya, as one goes on noting, one's concentration becomes very strong and one can distinguish between Rupa and Nama, Metta and then mind. Now when you know you are walking, the walking is Rupa and the noting mind is Nama. One may not be able to say Pali words as Rupa and Nama, but if one knows the difference between what is to be noted and what is noting, that is enough. Then again, one understands that the intention to walk gives rise to walking. Walking gives rise to the noting of the walking. One distinguishes between the cause and the fact. Again, the intention to walk, the walking and the noting of it, all pass away instantly. One understands very clearly how they are impermanent. This understanding of things as they really are is Asamoha Sambhajanya. Alokite vilokite sambhajanakari hoti. Buddha said, in looking forward or sideways, one act mindfully. Whenever one look or see, one must note as looking or seeing. This is Gochara Sambhajanya. If one notes on, one realizes how all the looking, seeing, noting pass away instantly, thus understanding their impermanent nature and so forth is asamoha sampajanya. Ordinarily, people think that what they see is lasting, and they think the same of their seeing. This is common illusion. When one's concentration is strong, one clearly perceives for oneself how the things seen and the seeing and noting pass away as instantly as flashes of a lightning. The meditator who has come to the stage of Bhanga Jnana, meaning knowledge of dissolution, perceives very clearly how the things seen, the seeing and the noting mind pass away swiftly. The greater the perfection, the better one's perceiving that they pass swiftly away. One understands very clearly how all are impermanent, how they all lack satisfactoriness or refuge, how all are mere just psychophysical phenomena without a self or an atta. That is asamoha sampajanya. Samainji de pasari de samajana kari hoti. And bending or straightening of one's body or limbs, one acts mindfully. When one bends or straightens one's arms and legs, one must note bending, or straightening. While noting thus, one must bend or straighten slowly with full awareness. As one meditates thus, one will find all acts of bending and straightening, and the noting might pass away instantly. One understands clearly how both the bending, straightening and the noting are anicca or impermanent, dukkha or unsatisfactoriness, anatta or egolessness. This is asamoha sampajanya. Likewise, in all daily activities of changing the clothing, taking the shower, and eating or drinking, one should do it with mindfully as much as possible. Even Buddha said, in answering the call of nature, one should do it mindfully. Before falling asleep, one should do lying down meditation, either noting rising, falling of the abdomen, or lying, touching of the body. And from awakening, if one falls asleep and on awakening, one starts noting the activities. These acts of noting and understanding impermanence and unsatisfactoriness and so on are Gochara Sampajanya and Asamoha Sampajanya respectively. As you go on meditating, sometimes one may feel hard or rigidity. Then one knows it is Patavi Dhatu or the At element, the element of solidity. When heat, warmth or cool is manifested, one knows it for Tejo Dhatu, the fire element or temperature element. When tenseness, the stiffness, pushing or motion is manifest, one knows it for Vayo Dhatu, element of motion or air element. When one is noting the tears flowing down or the sweating or urination, it is the liquidity of fluidity, and it is the Apo Dhatu or the water element, the element of cohesion. One clearly perceives that there are only these elements in this material body. There is no self or atta living therein. Again, as these four elements arise and pass away very rapidly, one understands how they are impermanent or anicca, unsatisfactory or dukkha, and egolessness or anatta. When one knows these things as they are, and when that knowledge has matured, one can realize the Nibbana by Aryan path or noble path. One can become a Sotapanna, a stream winner, and so on.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu.
Idame punya Nibbanasa Pacayo Hodu Idame punya Yadinang Hodu Sekita Hondu Nyadayo Imano Punya Bagan Sabha Sadhana Dema Sa May you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you all be free from suffering. May you all attain eternal peace or Nibbana in the shortest possible time.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.